Well, people, I was just watching this video, yeah. YouTube video. Origins of reggae, them say. Alright. And now everybody, it seems like some people are catch on and things, but look how long. Over 60 years since Cardo created it. And some people just start wake up to really the messages, you know what I mean? I go and play this and stop it at points in order to correct whatever them say so that whomever is watching it can know what is true from what is false. Watch this.
They listen to music, and in the music, they'll hear a song, and that's how they'll learn about relationships. They'll learn about maybe spirituality. They'll learn about farming. Reggae music would tell you how life goes. My girlfriend's so classy, with the brains and the body of a champion.
Today's reggae artists can all trace their roots to the single most influential artist of the genre, the late Bob Marley. Before his death in 1981 at the
Of course, him was a messenger of the music, like so many other messengers. But I'm looking at this now to see how much truth them I go tell really to the people concerning reggae music. Them say origins of reggae. But the question is, do they know who created reggae music? Them know it come out of Trenchtown. Them know Bob Marley was in Trenchtown. But it seems like apart from that, them don't know much. Let's watch and see.
age of 36, Marley transformed reggae from an island beat to a beat known worldwide. Ricky Chaplin is a tour guide at the Marley Museum in Kingston.
Everywhere I go, people ask me. The other day I was in Senegal. They'd come up to me, they don't ask for my name. They said, you're from Bob Marley country. They didn't say Jamaica. They said, you're from Bob Marley country. And I was happy to say it, one love country.
When school children come to the museum, that seems to make Chaplin's day.
It's simple. Who used to live here? Talk a little louder.
Bob Marley.
What?
All right, this is the Bob Marley Museum, up at Hope Road, 56 Hope Road, where Bob Marley used to live after him leave Trenchtown. It's at the Bob Marley Museum up at 56 Hope Road, which used to be Chris Blackwell house. This was the place where Blackwell beat out Marley and Marley run go up there. Watch this.
What Bob Marley do? Sing what type of music?
Reggae.
You love Bob Marley?
As a boy, Chaplin would see Marley on the
See, that's the Bob Marley Museum. Watch this.
streets of Trenchtown, an inner city ghetto where the artist lived in his early years.
He's such a wonderful person. He always smiling, and if you're a little youth and if he's talking to you, don't want to smile, he'll get his guitar and said, listen to this. And he will try to play, and you get drawn to it, and you'll give a beautiful smile. And you can see when you smile, that's make him very happy.
Marley, Peter Tosh, and the young pioneers of reggae.
See, Seiko there in the middle. Seiko, the man Seiko, all right? You see me on pictures with basically all of them. All right, but some pictures me not even reveal them yet. Watch. Keep watching.
Began their journey at perhaps the most unlikely of places. This store located at North Parade Street in downtown Kingston. To look at it now, you would know it was one of the most significant spots in the history of reggae music. And it was owned by Vincent Randy Chin and his wife Patricia, Jamaican-born Chinese.
And this is Chris.
And listen, and them come into reggae because of my brethren we used to go to school with Jeffrey Chung and Michael Chung. All right, Jeffrey and Michael Chung from St. George's College. My article, Jamaican Chinese brethren them. We bring Jeffrey into it, and Jeffrey finally became a recording studio engineer at Dynamic Sounds, all right? Them do, I just share some of this history we don't know, and I want to keep it in mind, say, this is part of my copyrighted works that's written in my books, all right? Tell people who no hear it from, all right? Who tell or no. Cardo Reggae Creator, and the copyright is posted online for all the world to see. All right, go and watch.
Randy
Chris and Randy
and my daughter.
and your daughter.
This is a shop in Jamaica.
Look at that. Patricia Chin has been in the record business for more than 60 years. In the late 1950s, everyone calls her Miss Pat, and her late husband opened a tiny store called Randy's Records.
But it was very hard. And we weren't sure of what we were doing. We just was doing a service. And little by little, it did well. So we rented a store, a part of a restaurant, a 10 by 10 space. I was giving this joke. When 3 people came in the store, it was full.
People would line up outside Randy's, I read, on Saturdays to get the records?
In those days, there was not much things to occupy the young people's mind.
Listen, I want to know who is doing the interview for this woman here now. All right? And you must take note of details. All right? Watch.
And so music was one of their biggest entertainment part of their life. They sing for everything. They sing when they're happy. They sing when they're sad.
Because when she and your dad started, back in Jamaica, I mean, there was no sure thing that what they were doing was even going to work. I mean, they were venturing into uncharted waters, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, my dad started, he used to drive around the island to collect the money from the jute boxes and replace the 7 inches. So that's how he started the business, as his collection of 7 inches, the old 7 inches that he would take out of the jute boxes grew. They decided, hey, maybe there's a business here to sell used records. And that's when my mom joined them and they started the shop. And the shop grew from just a little small retail store into a recording studio, into sort of the main hub of reggae in Kingston.
That
No, except Coxon Studio 1 up at Brentford Road. All right?
was Studio 17, located at 17 North Parade. Marley and Lee Scratch Perry recorded tracks here in the early 1970s.
Without the ability to do the recordings, the studios that you provided, the service that you provided, hey, who knows? We might not have ever heard of Bob Marley or some of these people, correct?
But they had, yes, that's so true. But they had other studios.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, them have other studios. Of course, they had other studios. Tell him. Me go see if you going to tell him which other studios.
But why my studio became so famous and so recognized is because it was right in the heart of town. We had a record store downstairs. They could go upstairs, produce the record, cut it on a disc, come downstairs and play it.
Right beside the record store, there's Chancery Lane, which is a street there. They used to call it Idler's Rest, was because all of the musicians used to hang out there because the studio was there. So if somebody was recording, they needed a drummer. Okay, hey, are you a drummer? Come, we need a drummer.
But a Chinese reggae singer was unheard of until Stephen Chang went to Jamaica in 1967 and recorded this song in Mandarin.
I want you to keep in mind, say, them gone to 1967, And we started reggae in a trench town, 61, 62. And none of them never ever know, say, I and we and the trench town people them in the back of my yard. But we did that though. All right? There's a lot of history them no know, and them not go tell you no because them no know it. All right? Them just know of it. Randy's Records was different from Studio One. Cox was different from Dynamic Sounds. All right? But Cardo, we have the details. All right?
Stephen Chung recorded a song called Always Together, which was a Chinese folk song done in reggae style. And he recorded it with Byron Lee, a very prominent sort of band leader. And
Yeah, during them days there, whoever was representing the Jamaican Chinese, Byron Lee was there playing, ballroom type songs. Cause Byron never play reggae. All right? Reggae come directly straight out of my yard in a trench town. All right? Byron Lee never play reggae music. Him and Boris Gardner and them man that we used to sing with him. Pluto Shervington and all them guys there. A ballroom type music them did a sing and a play. All right?
Chinese Jamaican that was had a huge influence on reggae music. And that was one of the first sort of Chinese songs that they did in reggae.
Miss Pat and her husband Vincent left Jamaica in 1977 and moved to New York. Jamaica, Queens, New York, of course.
Even when we came here, we weren't even sure what we were going to do. We didn't have a name until when we went to register. What is the name? Then we said, we didn't think of a name, so let's just call it our name, Vincent and Pat.
VP Records in the Bronx. Yeah, man. VP Records.
That's how VP Records was born. Today, it is considered one of the largest independent reggae labels in the world. Christopher Martin is one of VP's biggest young stars.
I'm a big deal. You're my friend, I'm a big deal. Yeah, we're kind of important. For real. Oh, yeah.
His formula for success, mixing reggae and love songs.
It was just a vibe like no other. And I realized that I never had to do like the pretty R&B kind of vibe to sing about love. Love songs can be placed over.
I hope you realize, my brethren, all I know, said, if you infringe I and the Trenchtown people copyrights, you go have to pay up, I want to know that. Keep that in mind. Because so far, there are certain things I hear and see, a sidestep, Yeah, man. A sidestep certain things. And don't forget when Bonnie Wheeler wrote his Wheeler's trilogy, Murder, Robbery, Conspiracy. If you become a part of that in this time, we're there, all right? And you go have to pay up. We don't want no money per se, but we are going to get it and take care of the poor people, them, who have suffered the consequences of who have infringed our copyrights. I want you to look pan and see who owns the copyrights for reggae creation and the music. Yes, who have the sound recordings for a lot of them songs, which you don't know, and some of you don't care to know. So me I tell you now, Cardo I tell you now, say you can't hide what you want to hide, but we already have the evidences, all right?
For these sweet reggae beats. Yeah, man.
And that's what you said you do primarily in your
definitely.
songs.
Definitely. That's my line of work.
All right, your line of work, origins of reggae. But do you know where and who was responsible for the origination of reggae? And that you must figure out. Because under Babylonian legal system, you go have to pay up. And all I know will link up. All right?
Simon a bro, man a girl, man I know what them feel like. The blessings are sure, but me I know you don't feel nice.
But even growing up in Jamaica, he had no idea how much Chinese Jamaicans contributed to the genre.
It just goes to show that the culture is so diverse. And
No, it's not so diverse like that. Reggae was created by I and the Trenchtown people in my yard. All right? Me used to go school with Jeffrey Chung and Mikey Chung. All right? Jeffrey, bring it to the Chinese part of Kingston. And so the other one, them spread it. But Jeffrey, I don't hear no call up Jeffrey name, or Mikey Chung name, I don't hear no talk about Jeffrey Chung and Mikey Chung. And Jeffrey was a leading Jamaican Chinese. So was Mikey Chung him brother. All right? And at them make other Chinese them start flock to reggae music. All right? That is the true history. Tell the people the truth. I Cardo call no out. And this is gonna go worldwide. All right? Apart from being in the books when I write. It'll go up on social media. Right? So me I tell you now. Because the world must know the truth. And the copyrights is out there for all I want to see. I am saying this and doing this so that Jeffrey and all of them who have passed away can be lifted up and honored for the work that they have done to help spread the music for a healing of the nations.
understand it draws people in from many different backgrounds. So I really shouldn't have been surprised when I discovered that.
Outside of the music industry itself, hardly anybody knows the Chinese influence on reggae, right? I mean,
No, because you see, because them never check with I and I Rascardo. That's why them no know about it. And a pure lies them tell about it. Alright? May I tell you that. Pure lies them tell. Because it's me bring it to school, share it with Jeffrey and him brother, Mikey Chung. Robbie Lynn was also there. By the way, Robbie Lynn is still alive, Yeah, man. As a reggae musician too. And that's how the Chinese Jamaicans them get to know it. All right?
Peanuts.
Yes, I guess we're the business side. We like to keep a low profile.
does that bother
Of course you have to keep low profile because you know, say, it not come directly from you, Mother Chin. All right? You don't know the truth. So tell the people the truth because the copyrights is out there now for everybody to see. All right? Everybody. Copyrights is posted online all over social media. Look for Rascardo Reggae and the copyrights for reggae creation. All right?
you that there's so little? Does it make a difference that you're not recognized as much for the influence you had on reggae?
No, I am surprised as much as they are when I would go to the station and I would carry like Egyptian, one of my artists, and they would see me and they say, oh, I didn't know, I've never seen a Chinese producer coming up with this dread guy.
Jamaican Chinese producers and reggae artists certainly seem an odd combination.
Yeah, because Leslie Kang, Lee Perry, and all of them in a Trojan Records thief up the man them music when Jamaica never have no copyrights. Get the history straight, man. Get the history straight, all right? Because we're there. Trenchtown people, brothers and sisters from them time, still there. Cardo, the reggae creator, there. All right? Speak the truth. Tell the people the truth.
Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go.
But even Marley's first single, Judge Not, was produced in 1962 by Leslie Kong, known in Jamaica as the Chinaman.
Yes, and Leslie can thief up a lot of Wheelers people music. All right, including Joe Higgs and Roy Wilson music. We know that, and we have that. We have them testimonials. We were there, and we know. Iras Cardo know that. That's why nobody dare to interview I and I. Because you see, them don't want people still for know. But people still are gonna know. And now is the time that people will know. So Leslie Kanya, yeah man. Him was one of the producer in at the same time with Coxon and all of them. uh, and Lee Perry and all of them. But thief up the man them music, rob them royalties, rob them. I mean, basically stole them music with Chris Blackwell and the whole of them. All right, that was how it was.
Fame for Marley wouldn't come for another decade with the group The Wailers, whose Legend album is the all-time best-selling reggae album. With the fame came money. He bought this home in an upscale Kingston neighborhood. The home is now the museum where Ricky Chaplin works and gives tours.
So this is the spot.
Yeah, this is the spot Bob Marley will sat down and with his friends and they will sing and playing guitars and smoking. The neighbors across there did not like it. So they will yell at him, shut up your mouth, you sing too much. And why they doing that? Because they didn't want him here. He's a Rastafarian, and in those days they don't want a Rasta man around here. I'm just singing, this is my place. The neighbors, they would look and they curse. And Bob Marley just turned to them and said, okay, hear what? You see that cursing word you just cursed me with? I'm going to use it to make a song. And he wrote just what they said. And
No, not really, but listen to him anyway.
then he just sung, I'm gonna chase those crazy bumphead out of town. Trace those crazy ballad out of town. I and I build a cabin. And that was a big, big smashing #1 hit.
When Patricia Chin thinks about Marley and the artists and musicians who hung out at Randy's Records and Studio 17, she smiles. That's where it all began.
If there's any one or two memories that you have from back in the early days that really bring a smile to your face, what would they be?
I have so many. It's just to see the way the foreigners accepted the music and love the music and really make you feel, gosh, we did something good.
Yeah, and mother, you don't even mention Trenchtown, eh? You don't even mention the ghetto man them from Trenchtown who was the foundation and creation for reggae music. Miss Chin, sorry man, sorry. What a sadness, what a sadness. You don't even mention, I mean Chinaman, Jeffrey and Mikey Chung them, who learned reggae music from us when we carry it to St. George's College, share it with them, and feed them works what them do. You see, mother, this is the problem. This is the problem. Uno say what uno want to say, and you come and join up and inherit and turn it into a business, and uno reap for uno sweets. So all them man they dead and gone now, and uno just want the world just forget about them. Me sure you must know about Jeffrey and Mikey Chung. Me sure that if you live this long, you must know them. All right? Tell the world what them do. All right? Give them credits, man. Or else we are going to call you out. All right? We are going to call you out if we do not speak the truth. I Rascado and the crew there. And we have the testimonials. We live the experience. I am reggae creator from Trenchtown, Jamaica. There is no one else. I teach Jeffrey Chung and Mikey Chung them in a Georges. where I used to go there too, from the Trenchtown days, and him pass it on to you. All right. Tell the people the truth. You never hear Bob Marley sing that. Tell the children the truth.